What's going on, sports family? It's your favorite two grown ass men. Hey, your boy Jamal in the building. We got my boy D in the building. D, say what up to the sports family.
What it do, sports family? It's D in the building. You know what it is, baby. You know what it is. Let's get it.
Sir. Let's get it. Hey, yo, sports family, check this out, man. We got another great edition, another episode for you. Hey, we getting right to it, man. We want to know if there's going to be another undefeated team in the NFL like the 1972 Dolphins. D, I'm going to throw you that alley-oop, man, and go ahead and answer the question to the sports family.
So look, man. No, there's not going to be another team like the 72 Dolphins, just because how the 72 Dolphins did it. One, they I don't know if anybody ever noticed this, but that year there was three different quarterbacks that played and three different quarterbacks that threw touchdowns. So that was the weirdest thing I ever seen. But then I remember Mercury Morris, the running back. He ran for 1,000. He rushed for 1,000 yards, and the fullback did too. So it was like, you know, at that time, because I'm a running back, my coach, he would bring up, you know, your Eric Dickersons, your Walter Paytons, and you don't hear about Morris like that because he's not everybody's favorite. So I just see it like this, and you're a 49ers fan, so don't hate me when I say this. The 49ers should have won the Super Bowl, but they stopped running the ball. They needed to understand that they had a rushing team, not a passing team. Regardless of how good Garoppolo can throw a fade or post, Mostert, Breida, and Coleman was better than him passing any day. And it's just that's what it was because they were just so good at running the ball and rushing. The rushing offense was great, in my opinion. I don't know stats, so I'm not gonna just make them up. But in my opinion, I felt like, you know, those the running backs on the 49ers were nice. But anyway, no, I don't know. I just can't see. It's hard. Like, you might have to take this one. It's hard to think about it because they were playing like football is not like basketball. And I hate to do this, but it's the only sport that I can really that I actually watch and I can actually give an assessment on. But you know how like LeBron was in the East and the East was real weak, but then Jordan was in the East and the East was real strong. It's like, the argument is always off because it's always an off factor. But with football, like the 85 Bears, they weren't undefeated, but they probably went through the same adversity or more like the 72 Dolphins or like the 2019 49ers or the 08 and 07 Bears and Colts and so on and so forth. Like you keep going through adversity in football. So that's why I just think, in my opinion, like it's hard to like grasp because it's like, well, I mean, you're not finna go play some average Joes on the Miami Dolphins even next year. You're not finna go play some. They might beat you. They might beat you. And they might win 2 games, but they still won 2 games and you still lost 1, so you won't be undefeated. So I don't see it, man. Unless the Bears pray to God every day, then that's the only way it's gonna happen.
We got to pray just to make it today. Looking ass. So check this out.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I you know what? Part of me wants to agree with you 99%, and it's just that 1% where I'm saying, hey, if it happened once, it can happen again. But you know, to your point, it's hard as hell to do, which is why it hasn't been done since 1972. So the team that came the closest, of course, you and I, we talked about that, was the 2007 New England Patriots. And boy, did they have a stacked roster. Boy, they had some studs. And everybody knows on offense, the person that I'm going to go right to is a no-brainer. They had Randy Moss. Yo, they went 16-0 that season. You know what I mean? They made it all the way to the playoffs. They made it all the way to the Super Bowl. And D, who did they lose to?
The one and only, the best quarterback in the league, the only quarterback in the league, Eli Manning, the GOAT, and Tom Coughlin, and that New York Giants team, man, they was good. They had a lot of miracles. They prayed to Jesus every single hour of the hour to win and even make it to that playoff. And I like and that just I feel like that just helps my argument even more. They were 9-7. They were 9-7, man, and they still made it to the Super Bowl. Why? Because they knew what they wanted, man, and they pushed. And New England was undefeated, and they was like, man, this is just the last game. Let's just end this. And you know the Giants played. They just played their hearts out. So yeah, man, it's the Giants.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's a heartbreaker, man. Like to go undefeated, man. And you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people can go back in time and remember that, you know, even if you weren't or aren't a New England fan or even a Giants fan, I think in some way, shape, or form, you were kind of secretly rooting for that undefeated team because again, like I think that's the beauty about with sports though, is that you know, you don't have to necessarily have a dog in a race, but you know, when you're talking about something that's so big, like going undefeated for the whole entire year to win the Super Bowl, uh, and it hasn't been done since 1972. You know what I'm saying? That's huge. So everybody was tuned in. I think, you know, of course, Giants fans, they didn't give a damn about all that. Like you said, they squeaked into the playoffs. Let's be real. And they won the Super Bowl. And I mean, that's huge. So I mean, when I think about it, me personally, like I would have loved to see Randy Moss get his Super Bowl. I'd have loved to see Randy Moss uh, be on an undefeated team. You know, that would have been another big, huge accomplishment for Bill Belichick and Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. But you know what I'm saying? So the question I'm gonna throw back at you now, D, is this. So if you had to pick a team, regardless if it's this year or the following year or wherever, I think it's kind of best to say, let's keep it in the context of this year. Who would that team be that go undefeated this year and win the Super Bowl? Who would that team be?
Man, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs, man. Patrick Mahomes is so young and so so incredible. It's hard to fight against that. You like it's not like he's like in his last year and he's about to be done. Like, nah, he's getting started. And that's annoying because some people are it's about to be over for them. So they can't they're unstoppable. Now if they had a defense, they would be unstoppable. But just Patrick Mahomes by himself, he ain't gonna do it. But that's who I would pick to do it if they got a defense or whatever and got some better players on defense. Safety, corner, linebacker. They D line nice. They always got a good D line, but
Yeah.
boy, them corners getting taxed.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm a Niner fan. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be in my blood to disagree with you, but I don't I don't disagree with you on the other half because I mean, yeah, you know, let's face it, they're a hellacious team. Offense, their offense is the best. But I do believe the Niners have just as good a chance to do so as well. I think the Niners can possibly go undefeated. You know, and at the end of the day, when it's your team and you make it to the Super Bowl, you don't care about being undefeated. You want to be undefeated in the playoffs. You want to be undefeated when it comes to winning that Lombardi trophy. You know what I mean? Let's be real. But I mean, you know, again, for the context of the conversation, yeah, you know what? That's a cool thing to have on your shelf, the undefeated season. But you know what? When it comes down to it, man, if I had to go with it, I would probably say, you know what, 50-50. 50 the Niners, 50% the Chiefs, man. But you know, when it's all said and done, it all remains to be seen. We just got to see how it all pans out. But when I look at the road to going undefeated, the Chiefs might have an easier road to get there than compared to the Niners. I mean, you know, they hate my Niners, dude. They want to throw the kitchen sink at us and derail us from getting back to the Super Bowl. But you know, we'll see. We'll see.
No one hates the Niners. Y'all just sorry.
That coming
How
from a
y'all
Bears
how
fan.
y'all lose the Super Bowl like that, man? That was so annoying, man. I was like, oh my God, this game should be over by now. They're taxing the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Chiefs came back. Patrick Mahomes prayed to Jesus, and boom.
Yeah, I think he did more pain. I think they did more pain to the referees than playing to Jesus. But I mean, that's just my 2 cents. That's just my 2 cents. But hey,
Hey,
sports.
look, took out a stack and said, here you go.
Hey, sports.
We got to win today.
Hey, sports family, check this out. You know what I'm saying? My man D, he rocking the Bears jersey. You know what I'm saying? That's a diehard, loyal Bears fan. Just like your boy here rocking the Jimmy G throwback. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna take it back. We're gonna throw it back to the 90s, and we're gonna fast forward to the present day, man. We built to do this, man. We really are, man. But hey, sports family, that's the conversation. That's it right there, man. We just want to know, will there be another undefeated NFL team for that season, whatever season that is, man? But you know what? It remains to be seen. But you know what? I want to give a huge shout out, RIP to the one of the greatest that ever did it, man, Don Shula. You know what I'm saying? It's been a couple weeks since his passing, but you know what I'm saying? That man lived greatness when he was alive, and may his soul rest in peace. He's undefeated. Salute to you, boy.